move. That's it. Yeah. Start that Jake Paul might take my crap. You don't know.
I made a post and basically Roach. He tagged Lamar Roach and he said, look, you're not getting that fight with Tank.
Meanwhile, Rolly Romero offers a balanced perspective on the highly anticipated matchup, noting that Tank's legacy remains secure regardless of the outcome. As a world champion with significant achievements already under his belt, Davis has nothing left to prove against Paul, though Romero does acknowledge Jake's net. Paulie Malignaggi underscores the crucial difference between experience and size, stressing that while Jake Paul has gained popularity and physical presence, boxing experience will always outweigh brute strength. He points out that Gervonta Davis has fought on the biggest stages, headlined major events, and faced elite-level opponents, giving him years of training, ring IQ, and adaptability that Paul simply cannot match.
Paul might be too big for him, but Jake Paul might be too big for him, or Tank might crack him. You don't know. Like I said, or as an exhibition, we don't know at each other or not, or we don't know. I don't know. I can't give an opinion because I don't know what's going on.
Do you think it impacts, will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were to beat him and knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, or 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
Some people trying to give, that's fair, some people trying to give Tank a hard time. They're saying he should have took a fight with Lamar Roach or Shakur Stevenson. But when you think about it, do you think this is business and look, he's getting a bag, or is there some validity to people saying that he ducked?
I mean, there's still other options, It's bro, you can't be mad at doing what they feel is best for them. It's the same way Roach feels Tank is the best option for him, same way that Stevenson thinks Tank's the best option for him, or all that stuff.
Teofimo Lopez views the event more as a spectacle than a sporting contest, emphasizing that it is driven by entertainment and financial gain rather than legacy or rankings. He acknowledges that both Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis stand to earn massive paydays, which is an important aspect not to overlook. While it may not hold the prestige of a world championship bout, Lopez believes the fight still benefits boxing by drawing mainstream attention, attracting new fans, and expanding the sport's overall reach.
I think Davis is more to lose because he's the bona fide world champion. I don't care if he's much smaller. Jake sort of plateaued as far as where his boxing is concerned. It's rather low level. He's big, he's physical, he's strong, he can hit. So there is, Davis at lightweight, you're in a moment where it's too physical, clinch. Against the heavyweight, where you clinch, you ain't getting out of that corner, just clinching on his face. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But Davis, listen, there's a lot of talking people get it. Come when this gets closer to the fight, Davis can still punch at lightweight, can drop a heavyweight. There's a lot to gain there, right? If Davis knocks, if Davis drops Jake on his ass, as much as Davis is the one with more to lose, it's still a highlight moment.
Visual that will stay forever.
Yeah, but if you get dropped, even if you're small, you're still a world champion in multiple weight classes. You get dropped. What's the look? What's the feel? On the inside, as boxers, me and Chris Andre, the champion, even you, Jimmy, you have fight experience, so we know that the risk is a big guy that big hits you. You're probably going down if you're a small guy. If he hits you clean, so we know the risk. But how does it look to the public eye who don't understand? The public. So there is a lot to lose, though. There's a bit to gain. I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with this had Davis's career arc been one that boxing. Davis was manufactured and put into a position where he's supposed to benefit boxing, and I don't think he has. I think he's hurt boxing. So by giving him this reward, that's my problem. Why are we watching this? Why don't you make him earn his spot that he still has earned?
Diaz, known for his blunt honesty, completely dismisses the matchup, arguing that it holds no real competitive value and that the outcome will do little to enhance either fighter's career in a meaningful way. He views the fight as nothing more than a show built purely for entertainment, comparing it to professional wrestling or other staged events. Cutting through the hype, Diaz frames the bout as a sideshow rather than a legitimate sporting contest.
Really invested on it, and I'm actually very happy for Gervonta and Jake.
I really am, man. It's good for the sport.
So a heavyweight versus a lightweight. Got a fly hit me, yeah. A heavyweight versus a lightweight. How's this gonna work?
Hey, they make it work. It's an exhibition for a reason. So, they know what they're doing. And, shout out to Netflix and shout out to both of them, honestly. Like I said, I think a lot of people in the boxing world are kind of upset. I could care less. I think they're going to go out there and make their money. It falls on the number 8 for a reason. They're going to make a lot of money.
Have you got a prediction for that fight?
My prediction? A show.
Well, clearly it's a show, but when you've got underestimating Jake Paul once again, but when you've got a heavyweight boxer who knows how to throw punches and knows the basics against a lightweight, it's quite a difference. I mean, have you sparred heavyweights before?
Yeah.
Just sparring in the ring?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same, not at all. Definitely got to move. I've actually played around a few times, went through between their legs just to duck around. But yeah, because they're taller, But I think for that fight, it reminds me a lot like The Big Show, and Floyd Mayweather when they fought in WrestleMania.
And will that end the same way?
Possibly. Maybe some brass knuckles in there too.
Can you see Jake Paul knocking out Gervonta Davis?
It's boxing, man. And if it's a show like this, anything goes, anything
Jeff
happens.
Mayweather shares Nate Diaz's skepticism, viewing the matchup as unusual and questioning the motivation behind it. To him, pairing an established champion like Gervonta Tank Davis with a YouTube star turned boxer such as Jake Paul makes little sense. While he acknowledges the business aspect driving the fight, Mayweather still considers the event odd and bordering on unnecessary, echoing the confusion.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance? So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't. I don't think.
He's just too small.
It's just. I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the
I
fight?
don't want to lose to somebody that. There's no point of fight. It's a great fight, actually.
You think
I'm
it's a
not
good
hating
fight?
on the fight, but I think. My thoughts on it is let's watch it.
Boxing certainly is a WWE.
Yeah,
With that type of matchup, do you agree? Last thing, White House card, like he said, you want Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but the whole thing's on WWE. So at least getting something to talk about, something to watch, and I'm looking forward to that fight actually.
KSI, having been part of the influencer boxing scene himself, sheds light on Jake Paul's promotional tactics, arguing that rumors of a potential fight with Anthony Joshua were never realistic but merely created to generate hype and mislead the public. In his view, the matchup with Gervonta Tank Davis is another step in Jake's strategy to build buzz rather than pursue legitimate heavyweight level competition.
It's kind of weird. Extremely bigger than Tank. And I mean, but with it being a exhibition, it makes sense. It's fine. You got a big name that he's going to be fighting. But I mean, it really makes no sense because he's going to be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is happening.
KSI, having experience in the influencer boxing scene himself, calls out Jake Paul's promotional tactics, arguing that the rumors of a fight with Anthony Joshua were never realistic but simply meant to stir hype and mislead the public. He believes the matchup with Gervonta Tank Davis is just another step in Jake's strategy to generate buzz rather than chase legitimate heavyweight level competition. For KSI, this underscores the theatrical and often manipulative side of
I knew AJ and Jake was never gonna happen.
I didn't.
Really? Yeah. You was actually not. Bro, it's so crazy. Like, I feel like so many people just believe everything.
But that's pretty unbelievable on the other hand.
I feel like I know. Well, okay, how do I say it like this? Atoma versus White. I had a lot of people bet on White. And I'm there like, you guys don't watch boxing, do you? You just look at a record and go, I fought many more people than Atoma. That record says a lot. Atoma's 18, not 18, Atoma's 20, inexperienced, one. Like, I just knew Atoma was gonna just destroy. And I think a good fight for